gentlemen, Snapchat and rumbling, fuck, shake your tits and swing your dicks. Welcome back to Friday, and to show you how much it missed you, here's another nipple-swelling episode of your favorite internet sensation with libation, the Friday wrap-up. Before we get today's show kicked off, I want to tip my hat to tonight's libation. Still a little early in the day for whiskey. I am trying to clean out the beer fridge, so I went with something nice and cool and refreshing, one of these Surfside lemonades. That is delightful. It's like a vodka Collins. Vodka lemonade, real simple. You know, recently I just found out that you're supposed to shake these. I would have never thought to do that. I mean, it's not carbonated, so I don't know why I would have been hesitant to do that. But yeah, you're supposed to shake it because all the flavor, all the sediment is at the bottom. You want to wake it up, you know. But anyhow, there you go. Little knowledge for you. All right. What a fucking week. Well, you're probably wondering, Tommy, why aren't you wearing a Knicks hat today? Because, you know, they're in the playoffs and everything. Well, there's a good reason for that. See, it's Mother's Day weekend. So I decided to rock, you know, one of my Mother's Day Yankee caps. Yes, I have more than one of them. I don't know why. I just do. So I decided to go with that today. Anyway, like I said, it's Mother's Day this Sunday. I mean, that's nice. Maybe you're a mother. Or maybe you're a motherfucker. I'm of the latter, I suppose. But yeah, it's Mother's Day, so you know, do the right thing. We'll talk a little bit more about that later. Anyway, bad news this week: legendary Yankees broadcaster John Sterling passed away this week. He was 87 years old. I mean, I grew up listening to this guy. You know, I'm realizing slowly. I've realized it. I just don't want to admit it. And I'm at the age now where life takes more things away from you than it gives. You know what I'm saying? So just little self-awareness for you there. Anyway, hookers, pneumonia, and chickens. Will the chaos never cease? Buckle up, bitches. Here we go. They can't get right. Everyone's favorite ghetto blaster, ill-speaking, dumb-looking bastards, those Rochester ratchets.
Yeah, Auntie, y'all see her. We back in the lab. I know y'all miss us, but basically, it's this thing I've been seeing on TikTok, so it's a trick I wanted to show you, and you're going to go by my rules. Okay, so basically what this is, you know how the ketchup be cold?
When I hate the cold-ass ketchup. Yeah,
when you pour the, hold on, let me give you an example here. So it's cold right now, but when you pour the salt on top, it's supposed to heat the ketchup up. But.
Like, are we going to feel the heat?
Yes, we're going to feel the heat. So in order to feel the heat, you have to hold your hand here.
All right.
A few seconds.
How long you got to let it sit?
Yeah. Huh?
How long is it the salt?
You deaf? Oh, sorry.
How long you got to sit?
It's supposed to sit for just about a few seconds, nothing longer than, you know, a few minutes. You know, you want to give it a try?
How fucking long?
No, why the fuck do y'all keep playing with me? Now you're standing there looking stupid as a bitch, Eddie Kane. Nice like this. I wish. And bring your Allen Iverson non-balling ass up to the front, too. Bring your ass up here, because I know you put up to this. I can't find shit else to do. Get that shit off your face sitting there looking that stupid. Looking like a hot-ass glizzy. Extra. No, you. Don't you show her motherfuckers. Get out my house. That's what y'all can do, see? It's just why the fuck y'all ain't been seeing us, because they ass been doing too motherfucking much. And stop calling me!
Can you give me my phone?
Get every motherfucking thing. Reject ass okay. 5 heartbeat.
I didn't know that you could get ketchup on EBT. I know they got it on EBT because it's that ghetto ketchup. It's the Hunt's, not the Heinz, not the good stuff. Anyway, the more you leer, right? Leer. The more you leer at the leering centers. Anyway, on They're Not All Bad, a dog day afternoon.
Hey, nah, you don't get to switch up. Don't cold switch. You said you're a dog. You gotta live that dog life. I'm the dude in the around. He was not about to intervene. I wouldn't get, it's two dogs fighting. I ain't about to get hurt. One of y'all might lock jaw onto my wrist. But hey, that dog was offended. Like, oh, I know this scallywag ain't out here thinking shit me because everybody want to be a dog until it's time to do dog things with your dumb ass.
What the fuck? What the fuck is wrong with people? I don't. What's these Democrats have just made it okay to act crazy. Like the second these fucking Dems introduce this woke bullshit and this fucking they just unraveled society. That's exactly what they want because crazy people are easy to running around acting like dogs. Whatever you want to identify as. I'm glad a real dog stepped up and went, fuck no. That bitch snapped into human real fast. Everybody want to be a dog until you gotta start doing dog things, you know? That guy was funny. Anyway, all right, kids, get your tickets out. We're about to hop onto that maniacal, magical expression of mayhem and fuckery. The crazy train's about to leave the station. Oh, bud! Woo-hoo! First stop, Valley Stream, New York, right here in sunny old Long Island. So, a Valley Stream rub and tug was raided and closed this week. The Dream Spa on West Merrick Road in Valley Stream. You know, I drive up and down that strip a lot, okay? I've never noticed this place before, but apparently the cops did. So two of the girls are taken into custody. Jai Wen Wang, who's 32, she was given a bench ticket to appear in court, and Queen Yun Lu, 46, who was released to ICE to be deported. 46? Honey, you're too old to be hooking and giving away happy endings. 46 years old? Okay, I would hope that at least she was the madam or something, you know, because otherwise it's pretty embarrassing to get deported for hand jobs at that age. Like, oh, why are you back? Oh, I give a hand job and then I'll hand the job and they're bringing me back here. 46, you're too old to be fucking sling and snatch, you know? It's like you never advanced in your career. Like that's a young woman's game. By your 40s, you should be in like, you know, mid-level to upper management. Like I said, I'm hoping she was the madam. Anyway, both women were from Flushing. Bigger surprise. Listen, you know, yeah, I'm all for law and order and that shit, but, you know, there's also certain things like that just, like for example, why can't the cops just leave these fucking places alone? All right? You know, they ain't hurting nobody. And let's not pretend like the cops aren't fucking frequent flyers at these joints either. Okay? I mean, listen. It's not it's a business. They're charging. I mean, they give you a massage, right? And then afterwards, you know, you get your egg roll rubbed and maybe, you know, you leave with a coupon for some free fried ice and fortune cookie, you know? I mean, look, these places are necessities in life because, you know, it's a tension reliever for some. I mean, really, it's the only way ugly guys are getting any, you know? I mean, they got to pay these poor chicky broads to just, you know, rub them out and go. They've suffered enough. You know, like, putting them in jail is kind of stupid. Like, just go lock up the fucking Molignons with the sagging pants that are on crime sprees 24/7, okay? That would be more fucking conducive to society. No, they let the rapists loose and the fucking migrants, but, you know, these two hard-working Oriental broads, you know, they're putting time in, they're putting work in. They're not hurting nobody. They're providing a service to the community. Nobody's got a gun to anybody's head. If you want to go, you go. If you don't, you don't. It's not like they're hooking on the street. Leave them alone. Fucks. Anyway, next stop, West Palm Beach, Florida. So former Mayor Rudy Giuliani was hospitalized this week with pneumonia. He was in critical but stable condition. Here he's off the respirator and doing better. Now listen, we all know I'm not a fan of Giuliani's. I mean, you've heard me fucking tear this guy apart millions of times over the years on the show. But never let it be said that I don't give credit where it's due, because I do give credit where it is due. And on 9/11, he was on the spot immediately. Like, I mean, I'm old enough, I remember he was Johnny on the spot immediately. He ran to the towers to help people and the first responders, disregarding his own safety, and and he earned himself the nickname America's Mayor. God help me. I was actually kind of proud of him for that. It's the one and only time that Giuliani made me somewhat proud. However, as a result of his actions on 9/11, he contracted a permanent illness. It's called restrictive airway disease. Okay, like he damaged his lungs, his airways, and all that shit, and it makes any kind of respiratory illness that much more deadly. Like, look, pneumonia, depending on how old you are, is pretty deadly. Even at young, if it's not treated properly, it'll kill you. Okay, so he's an older guy. He's got this permanent respiratory restrictive airway disease, and then he gets pneumonia on top of it. He really should be fucking dead. Okay, but he's not. You know what I mean? That's why he was listed on the critical list. But this decrepit little bastard is a fighter, so it looks like he's going to be okay. Either that or God just doesn't want him. There's that too. It's spitting and lisping everywhere. And last stop, Tampa, Florida. So a woman named Olivia Martinez was jailed after attempting to smuggle 14 live chickens on board in a Louis Vuitton duffel bag. I don't even know where to start with this one. Okay, so you're probably wondering why. Why would Olivia Martinez want to smuggle chickens onto a boat? Well, the answer is simple. It's the fucking name. It's the name. Anyone named Olivia automatically is mentally irregular. And I speak from fucking hands-on experience. My mother, God bless her, that was her name, Olivia. And very difficult. Like, this is something I could actually see my mother doing. Why? Why would you be smuggling chickens on board? Why not? Because they're fresh. Like, that would be the answer I would get. You know, like, I've told people in the past, you know, like, oh, Olivia's such a pretty name. Don't name your kid Olivia. The minute you name that kid Olivia, you're going to have a fucking problem on your hands. I've told this to people. They didn't listen. They did it anyway. And then they go, oh, shit, you were right. Yeah, okay. May sound like a pretty name. It just invites problems. So this, and they have Olivias apparently in all denominations. Okay? This one's an Hispanic Olivia. Thought it'd be okay. How you get 14 chickens in a fucking Louis Vuitton bag? That's another question. Okay? I'm sure they were moving around and making chicken sounds. Not to mention the smell. Chickens smell horribly. Okay? If you ever get around live chickens long enough, you won't eat chicken anymore. Like, I only recently started eating chicken again, maybe in the last 2, possibly 3 years. I didn't touch it for like years. When I lived in Pennsylvania, I could smell chicken shit. I wouldn't eat a wing, nothing. Not even a chicken cutlet, which that's a lot for me. Okay, it's just recent. So yeah, this Olivia decided smuggling chickens on board was an acceptable practice, and as a result of that, she got arrested. Can't make this job. On tonight's musical guest, we have Joe Marsden.
You're a cunt, and so is everyone you know. Everyone you've met, and even your mate Joe. Your granddad John, that may come as a shock. Your work colleagues and everyone you follow on TikTok. You're a cunt, and so are your mates. Your dad Tom and mum Janet, they're both cunts. Your uncle, your sister are all in the can squad. Every one of you's a cunt, even your cousin Todd. You're a cunt, and so is everyone you know. Everyone you know. Everyone you've met, and even your mate Joe. both cunts. Your uncle, your sister are all in the cunt squad. Every one of you's a cunt. Even your cousin Todd. Have I ever told you you're a cunt? I can't remember if I mentioned it. You're a cunt. Just in case you wondered, you're a cunt. I am 100% sure you're a cunt.
What a catchy tune, huh? Like, I've been humming this for like 2 days. Every time I talk to someone this week, that's the soundtrack in my head. I hope I don't start singing it out loud, because that could be a fucking problem. All right, your sports update, kids. Here we go. Yankees and Brewers tonight at 7:40. Mets and Diamondbacks tonight at 7:15. Phillies and Rockies tonight at 6:40. But of course, nobody's gonna give a fuck about any of that, because the Knicks are in the fucking playoffs. Okay? Listen, I was shocked that the Sixers beat the Celtics out. I was. And I think they used up every last bit of steam that they had doing that. I was a little concerned going into the series against the Sixers, but after the first 2 games, they steamrolled the Sixers in the first. Even the other night, I mean, Philadelphia was up a little bit, and then New York came back and just slammed them out. So Knicks are up 2 games on the Sixers. They got another game tonight at 7 o'clock. I don't know if they're going to... Maybe they make a 3-peat. Maybe... the Sixers got to win at least 1 game. I don't know. Let's see what happens, you know. I mean, maybe... Who knows? I mean, I don't want to say sweep. I don't want to say Knicks in 5, whatever. But let's see what happens. I'm excited about it myself, okay? I'm wearing Knicks shorts. So, I mean, I may not have a Knicks hat on, but I got Knicks shorts on. So, I'm helping out any way I can. So, on Tommy's Pub and Grub Review... That unbleached, unbromated flour law it's got pizzerias in a fucking tizzy. Okay, look. I gave a rundown last week. Okay, it really isn't all that complicated. All right, take a breath. It's gonna be okay, pizza joints. It's all in the fermentation. The best thing you could do if you can't get the right kind of rise or consistency you're looking for by just doing a cold fermentation in the fridge, cheat. Use a starter. There's nothing wrong with it. It's like steroids for your pizza dough, and it's all natural. Like you could start. I mean, there's all different types of starters. I would suggest Google it. Try a few different ones. There's sourdough starters. There's quick starters that you could do with, like, just, you know. There's what's called a poolish, which is sort of like a sourdough starter. It's pretty easy. It's equal parts flour and water, and then you add, like, you know, depending on the volume, you want to add maybe 4 or 5%, maybe 10% yeast, depending on what type of, you know, you want, and you just let it live in the refrigerator for a few days, and it's gonna bubble, and it's gonna do all kinds of funky things. And you take a scoop of that and you add it to your mixture when you mix your dough, and that kickstarts the fermentation right there. It's really easy. You just gotta play around with a few different things. You'll figure it out. Okay, I got faith in you. What else? New York places are changing the name of Philly cheesesteak. So any restaurant that's got a Philly cheesesteak on the menu, they're changing the name in light of the playoffs between the New York Knicks and the Philadelphia 76ers. You see that? So like at Dario's, right? You've heard me talk about Dario's, which I got a note on that one. Dario's changed their cheesesteak to the Fuck Philly cheesesteak. Other places are just dropping Philly, or they're calling it the Big Apple cheesesteak or the New York cheesesteak. Whatever. It's like what they did with the French fries when they changed them to Freedom fries, when the French pissed this off. It'll go back. Don't worry. But speaking of Dario's cheesesteak, you know I'm a huge fan. But I'm going to give you a pro tip. If you're going to get one of these cheesesteaks, go there and get it. Don't, Dario's is on Instacart and DoorDash and all that shit. So last weekend, I was watching the Hulk Hogan documentary, which very good, by the way, on Netflix. I meant to mention it earlier in the show. Anyhow, so I was getting hungry, and I ordered a cheesesteak from Dario's. And it's like picking it up. I DoorDashed it. It was good, but it wasn't as good as it was when you eat it there, because it cooled down a little bit, and when it cools down a little bit, like the cheese sauce gets a little, when they chop. See, when he first started making them, he was actually chopping Cooper Sharp cheese into the steak. Now he turned it into a sauce, and he just adds the sauce in, and he chops it in, and then he adds more of the sauce on top, which is good, but it changes the consistency of it a little bit. So when it starts to cool down, it gets a little like coagulated. So you got to eat it right then and there when it's still nice and hot, right? So it was good, but it tastes better in the shop. Just like his pizza. When you get his pizza from there, it's nice and crisp. You put it in a box, you bring it home, it loses a step. So just a little pro tip for you. Dunkin' Donuts. Every so often, I like to give you a Dunkin' Donut update. So I was in Dunkin' Donuts the other day, and they got new drinks. I don't know if it's for the spring or for the summer. They got like an Oreo Coolata and an Oreo Latte, which if that wouldn't give me fucking instant diabetes, I probably would be inclined to try it because I do love Oreo cookies. And they had another drink on the menu, which I don't know how I feel about. It's called a dirty soda. It's no, it's not named after my friend Dirty Sal. It's coffee, milk, and Pepsi. Like I don't know. I mean, I don't know if this is like a riff on an eclair. Like, if you remember the old TV show Laverne and Shirley, Laverne used to like to drink milk and Pepsi, and some people will tell you, "Oh, I've tried it; it's good." Coffee, Pepsi, and milk. I don't know. It might taste fucking marvelous, but I don't think I could bring myself to try it. So I can't give you a full-on fucking review on that. However, they also had a new donut. It was called a fruit punch donut, and I started making fun of it. I was laughing at it, like a fucking fruit punch. The top of it, I wish I would have taken a picture of this thing. It's like this red, like glaze, right? Like red, like fucking fruit punch red. And it has some like crumbles on top. So I was making fun of it, and I don't know, I guess the Indian behind the counter misinterpreted what I said. "Oh, you want to try it? I give you free. Here, take. I'm like, no. He's like, "No, this is for you. Take it." I said, "It's a free donut. Fine." So I said, "Fucking let me try it." So I took a bite of it. It tastes like a strawberry Pop-Tart, or like like one of like a fruit Pop-Tart, like a strawberry would be the closest one. It tasted a little bit like that. I don't know if it was the crunchies on top or whatever, but ultimately, it was just too sweet for me. Like, I don't like things that are, like, overly sweet. Like, I don't... Subtle sweetness, yes. What most people would think is normal is too sweet for me. So, I took a bite. It tastes like a Pop-Tart. I threw it out. If a fruit punch donut lights your candle, hey, knock yourselves out. If it don't, you're like me, stick with the glaze, stick with the chocolate. The blueberry one is okay, but of course, my favorite donut is the maple donut, which they don't fucking have in New York. On Magnificent Midgets on a bar.
0, 1, 2, 3. Let's get started.
Real good.
Ain't nobody stopping me.
Look how happy these guys were. Now, last week I showed you another midget in the bar clip, and that was just pure comedic joy. But these are just midgets dancing on a bar. And look how happy those guys were. They were fucking elated. Now, this allegedly took place at the Coyote Ugly bar in New York City. With the bras hanging from the top of the bar and everything. And let me tell you something. You want to crowd your bar, just put some fucking midgets on it, okay? I mean, this should be a law in New York State. Like, one night a week should be midget night. Like, Midget Mondays or something. You know? Like that's what that I mean that'll put asses in the seats. As a matter of fact, the bar that I typically like to frequent, I was informed that they hired, I guess, a midget bartender. I just haven't seen him. Not because he's hiding behind. I haven't been in there on nights when he's working. They should put him on like 4 nights a week. The guy's apparently an older guy. He's like 4 foot or 4'11". Like I don't know if that qualifies as midget status or almost midget. I don't know, but he's like apparently he's like that big, right? And he can't reach the liquor bottles. He has to ask the other bartenders or the bus boys to help him. And apparently he's got to really like stretch to get to the beer taps. And everybody keeps telling me, Tommy, you gotta fucking come in and see this guy. My buddy Vinny was like, shit, I should have called you the other night. I was working with him. I'm like, it would have been nice, you know. But eventually, I'll snap a couple pictures. I'll put them up on the thing. I'm gonna run into him at some point. Don't worry. Anyway, your PSA. So, this week's Mother's Day, this Sunday. Now, for me, I'm not making fun of Mother's Day because Mother's Day is a little bit of a, Mother's Day and Father's Day for me are kind of like sensitive topics. So, listen, if you lost your mom or they're no longer here or, maybe you were an orphan, she abandoned you, I don't know. That sucks. What are you going to do? Go get drunk that day. What do we tell you? But if your mom's still with you, if you are a mom, hopefully you do the right thing for your mom. Flowers, dinner. Make sure she don't have to work too hard that day. Give her that fucking day off, right? That kind of thing. And that's it. Anyway, stay COVID-less, kids. No mask. Don't ask haters and kiss my ass. And remember, who loves you, babe? That's been your Friday wrap-up, and I'll see you when I see you. Happy Mother's Day, you mothers and motherfuckers. Salute.